you visualize that intention, you manifest that intention, and see yourself practicing and being in your day the way you want to be. And then rest the hands, whatever you have done in terms of props, we're going to put that on the side so that you've got nothing underneath you. And then we're going to drop to the left, the right hand onto the floor, and reach with the left. The right hand can gently hold onto the neck or let the neck drop the right ear towards the right shoulder, or you can use the right hand to hold onto the left wrist. Hold it down through the left hip. You're arching slightly back rather than leaning forward. And then release the right hand onto the left knee, the left hand behind, and twist. Chest forward, shoulders back. Maybe you're still holding on to that sensation, maybe you're still experiencing the Kapalabhati. Always a nice way to start the day, to create a little bit of energy and to clear the sinuses. And release, come up to the center, and then drop to the other side. Breathe in. As you breathe out, reach towards the left, right, left hand, or whatever you did on the other side. So I don't know if you remember, when I think about the breath, there's 3 categories of breathing exercises. Coughing to energize you, water, balancing, and chamomile to calm and slow down. Release. Right hand behind you, left onto the outside of the right knee. So Kapalabhati is definitely in the coffee category. So like a nice shot of espresso to wake you up, wake up the cells in the body, bring energy. So whenever you're feeling sluggish throughout the day, it's a nice way to pick you up. Oh, great. Come back to center, tap the toes under, come into a squat, say hello to the hips and the inner thighs, see how that feels. How are they this morning? Gently from side to side. Notice if as you move, something happens. Maybe you notice the tightness and tension somewhere. Open the legs a little bit wider and go from side to side. And then maybe wider. Stay in row. So the palms don't leave the floor. How does it feel? Does it feel a little bit tight? Does it feel okay? Pause on one side. So you might be all the way to the floor, or maybe not. Maybe you're in a full Skandasana, or maybe not. Which side feels tighter? Maybe one side feels tighter on the knee, maybe one side feels tighter on the hips. Okay, and then Come on to all fours. So we're gonna do what we normally do to begin with at the end. So don't feel that you're missing out. We will get to it. Let's stay on all fours for now. We're going to bring the knees together and we're going to lift one knee up and back down. Everything else stays still. As we lift the right knee up, we're not turning to the right, the hips stay facing down. Okay, so let's go for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Keep the knee hovering. And now we do big circles going back. Keep the hips facing forward as much as you can. Shoulders over the wrist. Last one. And then swap. Going back. And I think that's 4. And 5. Come back down. Let's go for the left leg. Sorry, hold on a second. My phone is. I watch you saying something I don't understand. Up. And up. Keep the hips where they are. 4, 5, come back, keep hovering, and then big circles going forward. Bring the knee as high as you can, hips forward. I think we have one more. And then swap direction. Back. And last one. And then come back. Bring the knees under the hips. Breathe in, look up, cat cow, and breathe out. Look towards your belly button. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, look towards your belly button. Breathe in. Breathe out, spread the shoulders. Breathe in, open the chest. Breathe in, come back to neutral. So the next bit, I need each one to interpret the way they want it. The cat is going to be a high plank on your tiptoes. And the cow is going to be an up dog. So how you transition from one to the other, do as you like. But we're going to do breathe in, up dog, breathe out this high plank with a rounded back. If you want to put the knees on the floor in between, up to you. So as long as we get to the from the down dog to the high plank, it's fine. Okay, so breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Knees onto the floor. Big circles with the hips. And the other way. And then keep the hips still. Drop the shoulders. Left, left, right. Big circles with the shoulders. And then swap the other way. And great, come back. Left arm slide underneath you. Forehead onto the floor and gently press down that left shoulder towards the floor. Come back up. Right shoulder straight through. Forehead onto the floor. And gently press that shoulder down. And then come back up. Left hand, left knee stay on the floor, but you pivot onto the left knee so that the left foot is off the mat. Extend the right leg. So we are in a supported side plank. Lift the right leg up, extend the right arm to the front. Breathe in, breathe out slowly, knee to elbow, keeping the shin and the arm parallel. Let's go 5 times. Speed is not what we're aiming for. We want control. So think about this, because we're going to do this in a full side plank, Vrashasana. Okay, reach back, find your foot, nice back bend. Core is still working, squeeze the pelvic floor. And then release. Drop the, stay, Esther, stay. And drop the right foot onto the floor. So listen if you can't see me. Push the right foot into the floor. Lift the left leg off the floor and extend it in front of you. We wanted core, we're working on the side today. 3, 2, 1, stay. A right hand onto the floor. One-legged dog. Down dog. And knees onto the floor. Let's do the other side. A right hand, right knee stay. Pivot onto the right knee. Extend the left leg. A right left arm reaches up. And then left arm reaches forward. Left leg parallel. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Out. Core, glutes, pelvic floor are working together. Last one. Left foot on the floor, left arm up. Put all the weight into the left foot, lift the right leg off the floor, extend it forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left hand onto the floor. One-legged dog. Down dog. Breathe in, look forward. Breathe out. Walk the hands, the feet all the way down. Breathe in, breathe out. Come into a squat. Again, side to side. This time we want the squat to be a little bit narrower, a little bit more compact. Can we get there with the feet a little bit closer to each other? And then we're going to drop down. So we're going to, I haven't done this for a while, so it might not happen. With the feet maybe a little bit wider than the hips. We're going to come up and down, up and down, up and down. Remember, if you have weight, anything a bit heavier, it can help you to come up. Let's do 3 more. 2. Last one. And drop down. Let's come onto our back. Bend the knees. Whatever happens, we're going to keep the knees above the hips. They're not coming towards us. They're staying there. Okay. Scrunch up the belly. There is no space between the floor and your back. I'm going to lower one leg and come back. Lower and come back to the knee above the hip. It's not going past the hip. Okay, if you want to add to this, maybe this is enough, and that's fine. If you want to add to this, you can bring the right elbow to left knee, the left elbow to right knee, but the knee doesn't go past the hip, and we're going slowly. When you reach the floor, it's just a tap, come back. Let's do 3 more on each side. So we're going to put different blocks, different pieces of Navasana together, and then we'll stay in Navasana for 5 breaths. Last one. And then rest. So we're going to do half of Navasana with a bit of slack. So right foot on the floor, reach up to your left foot on the floor, reach up to your right foot. So if we were doing a hip class, we would be saying maybe half of a V up or half of Navasana. let's do 2 more on each side. Are you feeling it? I have no idea because I just did in the 10-minute break, I did the 7-minute Joe Wicks core, which he does this, so I'm really feeling this. But I don't know if that's because I've already done it. Okay, come back down, and then we're gonna put them together. So we're gonna go slowly, and maybe you have the knees bent, or maybe you have the knees straight, okay? So up to you, and maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe we can try with the legs straight and it doesn't happen. You do need a little bit of momentum. Breathe in. So in breathing, you're in a bit of a hollow hold, and then reach up, Purnavasana, and come back down. Makes sense. Hollow hold. Purnavasana, come back down. 2 more. And then we'll stay. So on this last one, we stay. Hold on to your legs if you need to. Let the legs go. Bend the knee. Keep the knee straight. Up to you. Shoulders on your back. Smile. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees. Roll onto your legs and then come all the way up. Roll the shoulders back, reach up and back, hands to prayer. Let's have one block at the front and one block at the back. Hands on your belly. Let's come back to Kapalabhati. So as a way to sort of bring some rhythm, but also to remind ourselves of the intention that we set at the end of Kapalabhati. So hands onto your belly, shoulders soft, lengthen into the crown of the head. 20 breaths, Ujjayi, hold for 20. And go in 3, 2, 1. Great. Breathe in, reach up and back. And breathe out, fold. Hands onto the floor. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, step your left foot back. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, left hand onto the floor. Breathe in, extend. Breathe out, fold. Breathe in, left, rise. Breathe out, fold. Breathe in halfway. Breathe out, the right leg back. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, right hand onto the floor. Breathe in, extend. Breathe out, fold. Breathe in, right rises. Breathe out, fold. And again, breathe in into the crown of the head. Breathe out, left leg back. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out. Breathe in, extend. Breathe out, fold. Breathe in, right. Breathe out, fold. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, right leg back. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out. Breathe in, extend. Breathe out, fold. Breathe in, right. Breathe out, fold. Breathe in, halfway. Breathe out, anchor all the way up. Breathe in, reach up and back. And breathe out. Breathe into your egg. Breathe out, fold. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, step or jump back. Hold the plank. You're going to tap the right hand to left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder. We're going to do that 5 times. Engage the core, squeeze the glutes and the pelvic floor. I think that's the last one. Come back down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Chaturanga. Breathe in. After. Breathe out. Down dog. Same down dog, another couple of breaths. Breathe in, lean forward into a plank, and then right arm reaches up. The right foot holds all the weight. Lift the right leg up, extend. Sorry, left leg up, extend. Then bring the left leg down. Reach the right leg up, extend the right arm towards the front. Breathe in as you breathe out. Knee to elbow. We said we'll come back to this. Knee to elbow. Knee to elbow. 2 more. Come back to plank. Knees on the floor. Take a breath. While we're taking a breath, pull the wrists under, palms facing up. Stay for a breath. Then come back. Come back into plank. And then come to Vashisthasana on the right side. First, we're going to lift the right leg off the floor. Extend. Bring it back. Now all the weight into the right foot. Lift the left leg. Reach with the left arm. Breathe in. Knee to elbow. Knee to elbow. 2 more. Back to plank. Knees on the floor. This time, bring the fingers in. The other way, sorry. What am I doing? So you reach the arm, the hands out and then towards you. Knees lying back. Have your breath here. And then come back. Back to down dog. Breathing forward. Breathe out. As we jump, we're going to jump wide with the feet off the mat or on the edges of the mat. Wide squat. So we're going to do a pelvic floor exercise. Imagine there is a lift that goes, and ideally you're not having anything underneath you, like a block to sit on. Ideally you're holding onto the squat. So imagine there is a lift that goes up from your pelvic floor towards your belly button. It has 5 floors. So squeeze just to the first floor, then second, then third, fourth, and fifth. So by the 5th floor, your whole pelvic floor is engaged. And then release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Start at 5. Squeeze all the way, and then 4, 3, 2, 1. Go to 3, and 1, and 5, and 2, and 5, and 1, and 3. Let down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Come back, extend the legs. Both hands onto the floor. Breathe in. As you breathe out, reach up with the right, bend the left knee. Breathe in, come back. Breathe out, bend the right knee, reach the left. Breathe in, keep going. And come back to center. Breathe in. As you breathe out, anchor all the way, roll the shoulders back, reach up and back. The right foot onto the floor. Going to take the right hand to the outside of the left foot. Middle 2 fingers of the left hand to the big toe. Open up to the side. Scoop the right hip under. Lovely. Even if the leg doesn't go all the way. Great. Then bring the foot in, and we're going to find the balance again. And we're going to cradle, if you can cradle, or just holding on to the knee. And keep the foot engaged, so that yeah. Can you bring the heel a little bit higher towards the belly button? Lovely. Allow the knee to drop, soften the hips. to let the knee drop. And if balance is not happening today, go near a wall, drop the knee, hold on to the right foot. Drop the knee. Okay, so you can hold on to the foot with the right hand or reach back and find the big toe with the left hand. Breathe in as you breathe out. Fold. Let's stay here for breath. If you want to release the left hand, bring both hands onto the floor. There is a discomfort of the heel pressing into your belly. And that's how it is, unfortunately. It's not just you. Slightly bend the right knee, lift all the way up, and do the leg. Let's do a little dance. Hips, hands on the hips. This is an amazing video. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it, of this sprinter who everybody's doing fancy things. They're looking really concentrated, and she's just there at the beginning of the race, dancing like this, and then she just wins the race. Okay, other leg. Left hand to the outside of the right foot. Extend, twist. And release, big two, middle two fingers to the big toe. Extend as much as you can. Scoop the left hip under. The right leg doesn't have to be all the way straight. The wall is your friend. If the balance is not happening today, then bring the foot in, keep the ankle crease free, flexing the foot. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do this. Having thought of that now with my ankle, I'll try. Okay, so bring the, before folding, Esther, bring the heel as close to the belly button as you can. Drop the knee. It seems okay. I'm going to try. Okay, I might not fold all the way. Breathe in. If you want to bind, remember, reach back. So I'm not going to bind on this side. I'm worried about my ankle. Breathe out. Hold. Does one hip feel very different than the other, or are they both the same? Maybe marginally different. I'm going to undo this because it's a bit tender, and then come up. But if you want, you can come up and then undo. Great. Let's do big circles with the hips. So you might feel that. A nice way to test your hip mobility is to, oh, say you've got a table, okay, this is very high. It's not good really, it's too high. So let's say, okay, I'm going to take this. So you can imagine this is a table. Okay, so start with a chair, and you put the chair, you put the foot on the chair. If that's okay, you go on something a little bit higher and you need to stay upright. Okay, so this is really high, but you know, the fact that I can put my hip here and still stay upright rather than leaning back, I know that I've got fairly good hip mobility. All right, try the other leg. This is too high, I'm not recommending this, okay? You want a chair and then you want a table. Okay. Great. Okay, so let's come on to the floor. What was it that we wanted to do? A core we've done. What else did we say? The hips we've done. We've done some strength. So we said the glutes we've done, the sides we've done. Let's do a bit of shoulder, neck. Yes, shoulders and neck. So if we could find the belt, which I can't see. No. A belt. Find something to sit on. Hold on to the metal bit. And let's go back and forth. Keep that the roof. So you're, I think, if on your right you've got a chair, I don't know how, is that your right hand by your chair? Yeah, okay, so you keep that arm where it is when you go back rather than reaching. Okay, 2 more. And then next one, we're going to pause. So this time, from this place on the edge, let's say, we're also going to reach towards the right. We keep that tension. Can you soften a little bit? And back up. Up to you. You can undo this and then come back or go straight to the other side. And release. Roll the shoulders back. And roll the elbows back. On the whole arm back. And then land the right hand onto the floor. Reach with the left hand. Gently pull. Then look towards your left hip and then reach with the left hand again and gently pull. And release. Let's do 3 semicircles to the left so that the left ear is towards the left shoulder. Great. And then release, come back to center, take the breath. Left hand onto the floor, reach and find the left ear. Release, look at your hip and then gently pull again. Release 3 semicircles. I mean, this is a specific neck exercise, but really everything we do is about the neck as well. You know, when we come into up dog, for example, come back to center, let's do 3 circles going, full circles going one way. And then 2 going the other way. Now, there's a lot of strength in, say, when you're doing something like Trikonasana or side angle that we did today. What's it called? Vashisthasana. So when you're holding the neck, rest. Interlace the fingers, place the hands behind you and around the back. Chin to the chest, forehead towards the belly button. And so to counterbalance that, can you get your wheel? I found mine. Or a yoga ball, whichever you feel nice, or the blocks, whichever you want to use today, or a bolster, as long as we come into a back bend. Any top is fine. Let's take 10 breaths here. So wherever you want to go, explore that, or move in your back bend. We will move in the back bend in a minute, but let's do this first. And long, controlled breath. And release. Come back up to sitting. Either fold them out to find something for your knees, some padding for the knees. Make this a movement or a place of stillness, is up to you. If you want to make it a place of stillness, stay here. If you're making a place of stillness, work with the hands towards the fingers, towards your shoulders, rather than towards your bottom. And so there's a little bit more. So hand, fingers towards your shoulders, rather than towards your bottom. So there's a little bit more action happening. If you want to make a place of movement, right hand to the right heel, reach with the left, and then the other way. One more on each side. And then come to sit. Take a block. Or the bolster, if you've got the bolster. The bolster is going to give you a little bit more stretch in the hips and the QL and the lower back. So if you've got the bolster, let's use it. So we're going to end how we normally start. So if you put the roll onto your right side, so I can see you, and then put the bolster underneath your right hip. So there's a bit more height, a bit more stretch. Shuffle the right shoulder forward and twist towards the left. If you want to extend the left leg on top of the right, go for it. If we were feeling in the left glute, maybe a little bit in the IT band, maybe, and then in the deep in the hip, in the QL, in the lower back. And then come back to center. And we'll do the other side. So another couple of breaths. And release. If you have the bolster, perfect. If you don't have the bolster, you might need 2 blocks and a little bit of padding. We're going to sit on the edge of the bolster or on the edge of the second block. And we're going to lean back. And maybe you find it's too much for you. You need to come up, and maybe you're staying here. Or maybe you're staying on your elbows, or you're reaching back. Again, we're going to stay for about 10 breaths. If you have the bolster, and the bolster is more comfortable, but too much, you can always use a block underneath. Can you release the glutes so they're not gripping? There's any discomfort in the lower back, and lengthen the tailbone and tuck it under. So you know that. Soften the glutes. And then release the legs. Bring the feet in Baddha Konasana, wherever you are. And stay. So if this feels comfortable enough, even with the blocks, that's great. If it doesn't, go back to how we normally set up at the beginning. So with the middle block underneath, alongside the spine, and the other block under the head. If the bolster is not doing much for you as a back bend, then you can also go back to that. The two blocks like you do at the beginning. I just want to keep this back bend going to finish. The advantage of the bolster compared to the just the blocks is that the hips are high, so you get a deeper hip opener. The breath to slow down and lengthen, especially the exhale, comparing this breathing to the Kapalabhati we did at the very beginning and then halfway through standing. Yeah, gentle and soft, allowing time and space for the breath. Softening the body, softening the belly. Allow the mind to slow down as well. So that the body, the breath and the mind come together, find the same pace and rhythm. And come to a place that is still and quiet and at ease. Om bring them a bit longer in the stillness of the head. Also moving them toes and feet, fingers and hands. All time. Thank you for practicing this morning. Namaste, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. Lovely to see you. Have a good week. Bye. Bye.